the interview question that I always do, and if people have been interviewed by me, they're probably trembling in fear when I ask this question, which I always ask them. This is the BS question that we all get by lazy interviewers to the interviewee. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are you good at? What are you bad at? And the reason it's a bad question, it's actually a wonderful question, is most people do what? They talk about very high level. I'm a people person. I work hard. Anybody can say that. That's not getting down into the nitty gritty. And then the big fallacy, and this is always fun for me because I will tell people I'm going to grade you too, and you're probably going to fail. Then I'll tell you my strengths and weaknesses and do it again. And maybe you'll do better because I want them to be more insightful and thinking about themselves. And so the weakness, they say, let's phrase weakness in form of strength. And so what do they say? I work so hard, I irritate people. And I always say, of all the things you could do in the world, you're an expert everywhere in sales and marketing and accounting and finance and building things and manufacturing, everything, leadership. You're just flawless. And the thing that you don't do so well is you sometimes irritate people because you work so hard. And when you do that, sometimes it gets them thinking a little different. So what I tell them is, look, what I'm really good at is writing. I've always been good at that. And I've had to work very hard to find those skills and hone those skills. And I feel very fortunate. I've had some opportunities to work with publisher, and I've self-published books just for some fun. So I worked very hard at that to develop those skills. What I'm bad at is visual design. You're looking at the back of my house where I think the only wall that has any pictures on it, and of course the wonderful cover for the new book. I don't have any visual skills. And that came to me when the first edition came out, which was in spring of 2011. And I got the book and I was really happy. And I'm looking through it, thinking, holy cow, I wrote a book. This is amazing. And then I'm looking at the empty walls of my house and I thought, I don't have any visual design skills. And so that for me has been freeing, where I don't bother with the visual design stuff at work. I want to find people who are good at that, whether that's putting the document together, a PowerPoint, things like that. It has been free. Let me work on the words and the messaging and things like that. Instead of me getting into something where I'm guessing, that has been incredibly free. I realized I was good at sales. I realized I didn't know anything about marketing. And the tip off there is Wiley sent me a book. They call it the Author Toolkit. I call it How to Market Your For Dummies book for dummies. And as I'm flipping through that, I realized the marketing is left up to the author. I don't know anything about marketing. Maybe I can teach myself some things. And so I will ask people who have a marketing degree, what's the difference between marketing and sales? Most people completely flounder at this. It's a very simple thing. Marketing is what you do to get a chance to make a sale. That's it. And
Right.
when I really thought about it, my great skill, what I think is taking a complicated subject and explaining it in a very simple, easy to understand manner. So I'll explain that. There's a few other strengths and weaknesses I have. Then I'll turn around to the other person. And then they usually do a little bit better. They dig a little deeper. So that might be helpful too. Having them dig into what they're really bad at, not this platitudinous nonsense, right? I work hard and irritate people, but what their skills are, what they're good at, what they're bad at.